Oh, there we go. Excellent. You can see me.
Well, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
How's everyone doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing well. It was a nice storm this morning, but it's all clearing up now. So
Yeah, it's all clearing up.
yeah.
Yeah, we've got nice weather here now.
Awesome.
Hello.
Hello,
Hey, Liliana.
Hello.
Good to see you, Liliana.
Hey, Al. Hey, Clay.
Nice to see you.
Chapman.
And hi, Jacqueline.
Hello, how you doing?
Where are you from?
Philly originally, but I'm in New Orleans. I live
Oh,
here.
New Orleans. Awesome.
Funny. I'm excited to do this in person with you guys. I've been doing it by myself on the app for so long. Let's see if
Yeah.
doing it right.
That's good, Jacqueline. How's the weather in New Orleans?
It's nice. It's perfect. High 70s and then during the day and high 60s at night.
That's awesome. Hi, Ryan. How are you doing?
Hello,
Where are you from, Ryan?
I'm from Chicago.
Oh,
It's like outside.
Nice.
what part of Chicago? Southside, you said?
Outside, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just wait, give some people some time to get in before we start. How are you guys enjoying the reset so far?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I like it. I've been doing like more than 10 maneuvers now. I started in like August doing like the first 3, but now I've been doing more. So I like it.
That's good. That's good. I mean, really, the whole goal is to just keep people getting a small thing into their habit cycle, and the first 3 maneuvers are the ones that really calm the nervous system. So so for a lot of people, that's a big ask. But thank you for doing that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hi, Jerry. Hi, Ryan. Nice to meet
Hello. You too.
you. Hey, Sydney. Hello.
And after your body gets unwound, you also have the ability to build it up with other programs that we have, like so we don't do any exercise or workout or gyms. We just live our lives and do our fascial maneuvers, and it's kind of like going to a gym.
Hi, Jacqueline.
So
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too.
Awesome to have you here.
I've been following all you guys on your app. You just don't know me.
That's fabulous.
It's been awesome. I can't believe how much stretching your ears out opens everything up too.
Right?
It's been the most incredible.
Yeah, actually, it frees up space in the midbrain. Believe it or not, 10 times more bandwidth the ears take than the eyes. That's part of what That's part of why in our Unlock Your Fascia, our training programs, they're designed to just teach you all the things that we know, so that you can create things for yourself.
Yeah, they've been life-changing. I started last year. It's just when it launched in December. And,
Oh, fantastic!
and I've always have such bad lower back and hip pain. It's like the only thing that really works and helps instantly.
Thank you, and please share your story too. I mean, our whole thing, the reason why the maneuvers are out there for free is because they do work and they do keep people in good health. And our goal is to just get them around the world. You're going to see our focus change over the next couple months, because our real drive is, we just know that when people do them, their lives get better.
Definitely. And I've been doing camera work for 15 years, so there's so much weight. So all my other cinematographers and camera people, I'm like, you need this to save your back.
Yeah.
Everything, instead of just a chiropractor and a massage all the time.
Yeah. Are you mostly heavy or steady cam?
Just handheld.
Yeah. I work with a lot of industry people, obviously, from LA.
Right. So everybody's got messed up posture and.
Yeah, actually, one of my good friends is Conrad Hall.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and so I grew up traveling and learning about the movie business through him. Actually.
Great person to learn through. Amazing.
We'll do a couple more minutes. Any questions, guys, before we get started?
Yeah, we got a couple more
about
minutes. if somebody has
anything
a
about any
question.
of the maneuvers or
Anything.
just anything going on while we wait for people to come in.
Can you talk about today's energy?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure actually. I would have to take a look.
Yeah,
So
it's
this-
a receive day and a receive and awakening day.
So the reason why we use astrology, people
That's
ask,
a step 13.
and people, because I grew up in a very spiritual household, well,
It's
sorry,
also a new moon, sorry.
Christian religious household that became a spiritual household, and oh, dude, what do you got there? So at Human Garage, we had 10,000 people who had their lives changed through our work. So we asked them if we could do tests on them. So we ran all sorts of tests and ran all sorts of data on them. And we found that astrology was the best indicator of how to help somebody or what their preconditions would be for any problems. So
Today.
and as we've implemented this into our lives, it's changed the way that we live our lives, because just knowing that something is about to happen, it's not a forecast, it's not predicting, it's just saying, here's the energy. Like tomorrow's gonna be raining. You can wear a raincoat, not wear a raincoat. You can stay inside, or you can go out in the rain. It's your choice. So today's energy.
It's step 13, it's a receive and awakening day. I receive it. It's a new moon in Libra. And you're planting seeds to a new relationship paradigm in life. It's a reflection of your inner growth in 2021, and you deserve what you give.
So this whole first 13 steps of Libra or so is all about rebalancing, and it's rebalancing what happened last year at this time. And last year we were put out of balance when the world was put on lockdown. And so this year you're seeing the rebalance, and whatever wasn't right is being corrected. And people are, some people are like, yeah, this is working and life's good. Some people are like, life is bad. And what we want to do is just give people a tool to help them manage the stress, because no matter what side of the fence you're on this, in our current world situation, it's causing stress in the body, and stress is what causes disease and dysfunction. So simple little ways.
Any other questions?
And we'll get started.
I do have a question about.
You guys are quiet today.
I have a
Hi,
question about
Harpreet.
Totally Twisted.
How's the weather over there in the UK? Raining?
You can't hear me.
It's dark and it's not raining.
Oh, one sec. Our speaker's off. 1 second. There we go. Sorry,
Oh, is that
guys.
what it is?
Something was being funny there. Harpreet, how you doing?
I'm okay. I was very feeling confused about things, but I'm better now. Knocked it out, so I'm okay now.
Things have been a little confused.
Yeah,
Sure.
things have been a little confusing. That's for
Mhm.
sure.
All right.
Hey, Denise.
Kimmy has
How
a
you
question.
Okay.
I have a question. My name is Kimie, by the way.
Kim,
hi.
yeah, oh, that's beautiful.
Japanese. On the Totally Twisted, I notice on the right and the left, you start with the right foot crossed over, and then you turn to the left. And then as a dancer, I expect as you go to the left side, you're going to turn to the right with the head. But you turn to the right in the video. Is that purposeful? And what is
Yes.
the logic behind that?
Good question. Actually, when we're giving people a set of instructions that we want them to memorize and do on their own, what we do is we always turn to the right first for that reason, because they memorize when we're twisted. You're a dancer, so you're used to rotations, but most people can't get left or right. As soon as they cross their arms, they don't know left or right, but as dancers, you've been trained to do that. So what we just do is we give them always instructions to the right side first, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's just really completing it. You can do it either way. The real truth of the maneuvers is that when you cross one foot over one arm and you counter rotate, you're technically in a fetal position. And the fetal position triggers the limbic system in the brain, the emotional center. So even if you just stand here and go like this, it's already working. You don't even have to do anything. Does that help?
Yeah, and then I have one more question. So technically, if I want to do it and I want a true reversal, I can actually switch which way I start my head.
Yeah, as long as it's counter rotated. So
As long as you do both sides.
and like this, as long as the head is counter rotated. So if I turn the head this way, then I lose one chamber of, let's say, integration. The body is 1, 2, and then 3 chambers of pressure. And so like dance, for example, is done, a lot of dance is done to an audience. So the head stays facing the audience, which takes the head, which makes what used to be dance in, let's say, Aboriginal culture, they dance, was healing. Because they are dancing for an audience that takes the head and puts it in awkward positions, it doesn't counter rotate, it causes dysfunction in the body. I've never had interpretive dance. I've never had a client who's an interpretive dancer or expressive dancer. It's always like, hip hop or locking or whatever. Because both dances, because interpretive, we're moving the head, it's healing the body. But as soon as I stare at an audience, then yeah, that's where the dysfunctions are.
Okay. And then on the, when you come down, you're doing the,
Anti-gravity?
yes, anti-gravity, thank you. And you drop, you lower down into this full squat position, full squat, like all the way down. Do you allow the body to do a C curve, or do you keep the spine lengthened and curve the upper body? Or are you allowing the whole body to C curve? Because I know I have a tendency myself to sometimes collapse into it. So I'm just trying to get an awareness of.
The collapsing into it is because there's internal fascial tightness in the hamstrings because of performance. So yes, both of them are right. The fact that you're in the position is right. What you could do is I continue to try to pull my spinal pelvic block in. And as a dancer, I would probably sit down there longer. When I'm down there, I'd probably turn my head and rock a little bit side to side, because you have a little bit of extra strain in your hips that normal people don't have.
Okay, thank you. I think that was it. Thank you.
Awesome questions.
Great questions. Thank you for asking.
You want to do this?
Okay, so everybody, before we do a class of any kind or a meeting online or in Zoom, what we do is we sync up, and it's called a handshake. The reason why this works, we believe, is that we're in the counter-rotated position, and the 6 breaths is because the body likes numbers, and there's a sequence. There's 10 organs, your fascia and your skin, so it's 12 organs. So 6 of them are yang and 6 of them are yang, 6 of them are fire and 6 of them are water, if you want to say. So that 6th breath helps you acknowledge all the organs and that are on the fire side. And again, the breath sequence are minimums, not maximums. Those are the minimum effective dose. So what we're going to do is take all the energy that we've got bringing into here. And as soon as we come online, we also feel the energy of everybody else. So we're going to do a handshake, our sync up. We're going to take our right, everybody stand up. And if you're sitting down, you can do this too. And just observe your body and how it feels right now. Just move your ankles around, move your knees around, move your hips, just kind of move side to side, move your shoulders, move your neck around and see if anything's tight. You just want to get a baseline of where you're at. Are you excited? Are you anxious? Are you angry? Is there a lot of thoughts, no thoughts in your head? Okay, so we're going to simply do the handshake and then just see how much impact or change that has. So we're going to take and we're going to put our right foot over top of our left foot. Take our right arm, put it underneath our left armpit, our left arm on top. Now we're going to turn our body to the right, like a totally twisted, and head to the left. We're going to breathe in together, and I'll count them down. 6 breaths, 3 through the mouth and 3 through the nose. Starting 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. Nose. Exhale. Nose. Exhale. Nose. And exhale. Okay, now come out of the sync up. Just move around a little bit. And just because we have a lot of people that are online, a lot of people aren't on camera, obviously. If anybody wants to say if they've noticed any change from that, and when you're saying that you have a change, what it does is it helps other people who don't feel that to tune into that feeling, and maybe they do. Does anybody here feel any different after the sync up? Okay, and what did you notice?
Feel later on the right side.
Yeah, lighter on your right side. Gina, what did you notice?
I feel a lot warmer.
Warmer, blood flow. Yeah. So, because what you're doing is the counter rotation is getting all the fascial flow and all the blood flowing and information from the fascia. And the breathing is then stimulating the organs, so emotionally calming. So we do this before every meeting. We do this before we eat. We do it for an online meeting, or if we're in a meeting and somebody comes in off the street, because it just brings everybody back to neutral. Okay, so let's get started here. Totally Twisted. Totally Twisted, designed predominantly to calm the nervous system down. And we'll go through these again, assuming everybody here has been through the maneuvers. So we'll cut some of the cueing out. And if you want more cueing, you can go back in the app, but we're going to move through them on a fairly steady pace. And if you get lost, just fill in where you are. You can't hurt yourself, and you can't go wrong if you miss one of the moves or something like that. Okay. So we're going to do palate swipe first. Pull in our spinal pelvic block, take our right foot, put it over top of our left, put our right arm on top of our shoulder this time. And put your left arm on top of your left shoulder. And then what we're just going to do is swipe the palate from right to left 6 times, starting together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just unwind again. Palate swipe predominantly is for head issues, headaches, neck issues, nasal congestion, and also balance issues. And for me, I just automatically notice a release of tension in my neck. And I notice that I feel a bit more grounded on my feet. And I'll keep reporting things that I feel. And then we'll ask if anybody else feels things. And please share what your feelings are, because it really helps people. Okay, spinal pelvic block, pulling in. Take your right foot over and totally twisted. Right arm underneath the left armpit. Right arm on top. Pulling in that spinal pelvic block. Turn your head to the left. And stick your tongue in your cheek. Find a spot that's tight. And turn your body to the right. And we breathe in 6 times starting now. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. And in. And out. Good. Now purse your lips and draw air into your lungs like you're blowing up a balloon. Breathe in and hold it. Breathe in. More. More. And exhale. Tighten the belly button. Turn a bit more to the right. Turn your head to left. Breathe in. More. More. And exhale. Turn a bit more to the right. Turn a bit more to the head to your left. Breathe in. Again. Again. And exhale. Tighten your spinal pelvic block. Turn a bit more to the right with your body. And into the nose and out to the mouth. Starting now. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Lower your shoulders if you can. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. 2 more. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Good. Now I'm starting to get calm. Coming back to center. Keep your body there. Pull on your spinal pelvic block. Turn your head to the right. Stick your tongue in your right cheek and turn your body to the left. Now breathing 6 times, starting now through the nose. Breathe in. And out. Again. And out. Again. And out. Again. And out. 1 more time. And out. Now purse your lips and draw air into your lungs like a balloon. Breathe in. More. More. And exhale out. Letting it all flow out. Tighten and wind a bit more. Breathe in. More. More. And exhale. Letting it fall off the hips on the outside. Letting relax. Drop your shoulders. Turn a bit more. Breathe in. More. 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 And exhale. Now in through the nose and out to the mouth. Starting now. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Find a fixed spot. Breathe in to look at with your eyes. And out. 3 more. Breathe in. and out. 2 more, breathe in and out. Last one, breathe in. Little sigh on the exhale. Okay, good. Unwind and go for a walk. When we do it as a group, you'll notice that you get more out of it than doing it by yourself. And that happens whether you're online or not. Walk around, let your body integrate. The body learns to integrate to the environment. The more awkward or undulated the surface is. And 3 minutes is the time that the body resets itself after a change. So we'll walk around, we'll come back to the camera. Good, and we'll go right into the next one, and then we're gonna ask for some feedback after the second part. If you have tightness on one side of your body, that's normal because we've rotated one side, and now we're gonna rotate the other. So pull in your spinal pelvic lock, put your left foot over top of your right foot. Put your left arm underneath your right armpit and your right arm on your shoulder. Pull in that spinal pelvic lock again. Turn your head to the left. Put your tongue in your cheek. Find a spot that's tight and turn your body to the right. Now breathe in 6 times. Starting now. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Again and out. Again. And out, and one last time. And out. Pull in that spinal pelvic lock again, purse your lips, turn your body a bit more to the right, and breathe in and hold it. Breathe in. More, and exhale. Letting the shoulders drop as you exhale, turn a bit more, breathe in. More, and exhale. Let the shoulders drop again, tighten a bit more, turn your head to the left and body to the right, breathe in. More, and exhale. Now find a fixed spot with your eyes and breathe in and out. Try to keep your head straight if you can, breathe in and out. Drop your shoulders, turn a bit more, breathe in and out. 3 more, breathe in and out. 2 more, breathe in. Let the stress fall out over top of your thighs. Breathe in. And feel the relaxation on the inside of your hips. Coming back to center, keep your body still hugging yourself. Turn your head to the right. Find a spot in your right cheek and push into it and turn your body to the left. And we're going to breathe into the nose, not through the mouth. Starting now, breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, turn your body a bit more to the left, head to the right, squeeze your spinal pelvic lock, draw air into your breathe in, hold it, more, again, and exhale. Breathe in again, more, and exhale. Breathe in, more, and exhale. Now find a fixed spot with your eyes and breathe into the nose, breathe in, and out. Tighten your spinal pelvic lock, turn more to the left, breathe in, and out. Again in, and out. 3 more left, breathe in, and out. In, and let all stress go out of your body. Last breath, breathe in, and a little sigh on the way out. Good, slowly unwind, go for a walk, feel the changes, and if you have anything important, big change, please be ready to share with it.
My rib cage feels a lot looser and I am able to breathe a lot deeper.
That's awesome. Rib cage feels looser. Anybody else have better breathing? Fantastic.
My right neck and my hip gone.
Right, perfect. Okay, these are all good things. Again, this primary first 3 movements are meant to decompress the nervous system. They're supposed to open up the lungs and the inside of the hips to make motion easier, breathing easier. These first three movements are basically your movements back to life. And then after that, it's all about what you intend and what you want based on what you're doing. So the next one, anti-gravity, again, it's got 4 parts, and I'm not going to go through all the breathing styles because they're in the app. If you get lost, feel free to follow the instructions in the app. And there's new videos coming out that are just step-by-step instructions that you'll be able to see. You see them on Instagram if you're not there, and there'll be other places shortly. Putting our hands together and try to touch the thumbs if you can. Put the hands behind the neck and girls behind the hair if you've got it. And pull the skin up. You're literally stretching the skin on the back of the neck, pulling in your spinal pelvic lock. Okay, you're going to look with your eyes up first and then turn your head, and you're going to stretch totally up. And I feel a stretch in my lower back. I pull in my spinal pelvic lock a bit more, and then we're going to breathe in 3 times through your mouth, starting now. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Feel the stretch in the lower hips and out. Breathe in and out. Now notice when we switch to nose where the breath goes. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. It's up in the arms and the traps and the shoulders. Breathe in. Nose is upper register. Now bring your chin to your chest slowly and breathe in 3 times through your mouth. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Tightening your spinal pelvic lock. Breathe in and out. Nose. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And breathe in and out. Now take a deep breath, breathe in through your mouth and hold it up to the right and exhale down. Breathe in, left, and exhale down. Breathe in up to the right and exhale down. Breathe in up to left and exhale down. One more time, up to the right and exhale down. And up to the left, last time, and exhale down. Now soften your knees and put your butt back towards the wall. Move into a skier squat as best you can. If you can't get there, that's okay. Look up towards the camera. Breathe in, up to the right and down. Breathe in to the left and down. Breathe in, up to the right and down. Breathe in, up to the left and down. Breathe in, up to the right and down. Breathe in, up to the left and down. If you can't full squat, go up to position number 2. If you can, get into that full squat. Pull your spinal pelvic lock in and breathe in. Breathe. 2, deep, 3. Now nose, breathe in. Pull in that spinal pelvic lock. Breathe in. And one more. And if you're down here, you can rock a little bit forward and a little bit back slowly and turn your head right to left for a little extra. Come on up, butt first. Head down and stretch all the way, rolling up the spine to the ceiling. Fantastic. And anti-gravity decompresses every spinal nerve, all the organ pathways, and refires your endocrine system. So you're going to be a little dizzy. It's normal. Let's go for a walk. I can slow down. Okay, I guess I was going a little fast for these guys here. So if I'm going too fast for you, I'll slow it down a little bit.
That was even the fastest I've ever done it. And I usually do them all pretty quick.
Okay.
Jason was like military.
I'll slow down into military routine. I'm just trying my new narrator voice. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be starting.
How are you guys feeling?
Everybody feeling any
Any
big
big
changes?
Yes, definitely
My
changes.
breathing like really good now.
Good
Nice.
breathing, yeah.
That's awesome. I was feeling lightheaded.
After the anti-gravity, I get like this buzzing for like 60 seconds.
In the head?
Yeah, kind of like I feel it in my ears.
Yeah, I get that too.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. It feels so good.
Are you
Yeah, sometimes
go ahead.
I was just gonna say that happens to me too. And most of the time I have to like sit down, but it puts me into a meditative state almost immediately. And sometimes if I have the time, I'll just go straight into meditation from that feeling.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yes. And then when it's buzzing around the ears, that's because it's triggering the emotional centers of your brain. And quite often that would happen a little bit more buzzing for like a Scorpio or
Water signs.
any of the water signs, like
Yeah.
a Cancer or something like that.
Yeah. It opens up all the vertebrae when we're sitting all day. They're getting crunched onto each other, and it blocks all the nerve pathways to the organs. So when we do anti-gravity, we're actually creating space between each of the vertebrae, allowing the organs to open up.
Yeah, because we weren't designed to sit. We were designed to squat, and sitting has become the new smoking, that's for sure. Okay, so we're gonna go into swinger and shoulder width. Gonna bend the knees and put the bum back. Drop your hands down until your fingers touch the tip of your knees. Put your chest out, and this is what we call an athletic position. So every time we say athletic position, this is it. Right hand on your left shoulder, left hand pulling the skin behind or the elbow, locking on the elbow. Turn your head to the right. Pull your body around in a big pull. Lift up your right knee a little bit.
It's like this.
Yeah, and what you want to do is then squat deep and breathe in. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4.
Turn your head to the
5,
right.
6. Okay, now good. Come on up. And then for those of you guys who we're going to do the next one, and we're going to do 6 extra breaths and advance it. So we're going to put our one foot behind the other.
And pro tip, guys, when you grab the back of the tricep there, imagine a string. Okay.
Yeah.
So when I pull it, I'm pulling that string and it comes all the way down. And then I lock it there. I pin it. We're pulling that fascial line across the body. Okay.
And this swinger is good for anybody who plays racket sports or does a lot of running or climbing. And when you're pulling across, that's the heart meridian. So you're opening up your heart to whatever. Okay. So shoulder width, bend the knees, put your bum back, drop your hands down, get in the athletic stance and put your left hand on your right shoulder. Put your right hand behind the elbow, grab the skin, locking it on there. Turn your head to the left. Pull your body completely around to the right. Lift that left knee a little bit and squat deep, pushing into that right hip. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Use your breath. 5. Push into the hip. And take your right foot behind you and squat and pull down again. 6 breaths. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we just threw one advanced position into the move for you guys to give it a little taste. If you haven't done it before, walk around. So the fascial maneuvers, the 10 basic maneuvers are the 10 movements that mobilize all the joints in the body, all the fascial connections, and help all the organ pathways move through the fascia. But outside of that, there's thousands of iterations, and better yet, each person's different. That's why when we do our education programs, it's teaching you how we created the maneuvers and how your body works, so you can find things that work for yourself. Because each and every person has a unique pattern, and that's because of your lifestyle. And there's no exercise or stretching on planet Earth that'll work for everybody. So these are very customizable. So pulling in your spinal pelvic block, we're going to do pullover, and we're going to take our right hand and put it over top of the shoulder. Now, for those of you guys who are new, you get right over the shoulder here, and you're basically pulling the shirt up as far as you can and locking it.
Yeah, you should feel it pull into your lower back there.
Yeah, you want to feel it pull in your lower back if you can. Left hand on the rib cage, and then pull the skin as far around as you can backwards and pulling it together. Okay, you're gonna turn your head to the left, lift your left shoulder as high as you can. We're gonna sit squat, so your shoulders up. Okay, as you get there, pull that shoulder a little higher, feel the stretch in the hips, and roll it forward about a quarter turn. Hold it there, turn your head a bit more to the left, and then roll it all the way over to the right knee. Breathe it in, stick your butt out, and breathe in. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now take your left foot, put it behind your right foot for an advance, and breathe in. Now, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. again, just advancing one side of that next move. The next one we'll do normal. Get up and walk around. Pullover is really good for lower back issues. It helps with constipation or flow issues, emotions of grief or fear. And on top of that, pullover is great because it takes the bigger path of the meridians that come up through here that stop the chest from moving. So it's the other half of opening up the lungs. Super important. Each and every one of these maneuvers works on almost all systems, but they focus primarily on a couple. So when people ask, what do they do? Well, they do everything. One maneuver is good for anything, but they all have a focus on leans towards an area. So we're going to pull our spinal pelvic lock in, feet at shoulder width. Take your left hand, put it behind the right shoulder, and grab the skin, pull it up and lock it. Take your right hand, put it on your left rib cage, pull the skin forward and lock it. Turn your head to the right, lift that right shoulder as high as you can. Feel that stretch. Go till you get a stretch. Okay, now start to squat with a sitting squat. Pull up and stretch a bit further. Come around a quarter turn. Feel the stretch. Turn your head more to the right and come all the way around to the left knee and breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to finish this one off as a normal. Come on up. And you got a little bit of advanced on both sides, opposite for those two movements. Walk around and let's see what's changing.
Susanna, if that one made you feel like crying, that's totally okay. The large intestine, it's sadness, grief, guilt, shame. So any of those emotions can be released during that movement.
Heck, over the last year, year and a bit since we've been doing maneuvers every day, we've had days where you just break out crying. And for no reason at all. Like, why are you crying? I don't know. For those of you who have been around pregnant women or been a pregnant woman, it's kind of like that. You're just crying for no reason sometimes. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is Pretzel Squat. Pretzel Squat is great because it has a lot of different attributes. The core one is that it's opening up all of the hips and the hamstring area. So your liver, your bladder, and large intestine meridians, really deep ones that we don't get because we sit here all day long on this and we crush this. We push in there and the fascia compresses and that's not open. And that's a major part of performance and energy, okay? So take our feet together, take your left foot, put it to your right. We're gonna step out about 3 feet. And just to clarify, it's not with the knee bent. And the goal is
yeah, happy Halloween trick or treat.
Be able to swing the hips if you can, because you want to lock that knee, just so we're clear on that, because we're trying to lock it. So now tighten your spinal pelvic lock, turn your entire torso to the left, take your right hand out, put it out there, take your left hand, put it on your glute, push into the glute and fall into the center and feel that stretch in the back of the hamstring here. Take your right hand, put it on your left shoulder, and your left hand on your back, palm up. Turn your head around to the right. And what you're going to do is squat with both legs, keeping them open. And squat down deep and breathe in, starting now. Breathe in.
Wednesday, someone remember?
Streaming from the gondola.
No. This is the actual course that came with the maneuvers. So he's doing it line for demo. So the pain take the gondola.
Switch arm. And turn your head to the left and breathe in.
She's in the class doing this.
3.
Yeah, she's taking part of this
4.
class. She's not teaching it.
5. 6. And come on up. Okay. Hope you all got that. There's a lot of back talk, but that's okay. So just walk around. I'm actually sweating profusely on my face and my shoulders right now, which is unusual for me. So that's because of something that's going on out there. Somebody else having a lot of head traffic. Okay, so I tell people this all the time. The amount of caloric burn is not based on your heartbeat. It's the worst indicator for caloric burn. And what we want is the respiratory system's working. You all notice your respiratory system's working after that? A single pretzel squat with 12 breaths back and forth has the same burning ability as 30 to 45 minutes on a treadmill or elliptical. So it's your choice, 12 breaths or 45 minutes, damaging your body, running on things that aren't good. So this is why this is so powerful. And if you ever need energy throughout the day, you do this, both sides, go in the bathroom. If you're at work, you'll have your energy back right away. So let's take our feet together. Take our right foot, tee it to the left one. Step out about 3 feet and lock that knee. Turn your body all the way to the left. Put your left hand out forward, right hand. All the way to the right. Oh, sorry, all the way to the right, sorry. Put your left hand forward and right hand on your butt. Push your butt out, fall into the center. Now put your left hand on your right shoulder, turn your head backwards, put your left hand behind you, palm up, and squat with both legs as deep as you can and start breathing now. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch arms. Turn your head to the right. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And come on up. And walk around. And you'll probably notice that we're using breaths as a tool, as force. And the reason why we're breathing deep and harder is because that's forcing force into our pressure cavity and pushing against the layers of fascia, releasing them. So you can, again, modify these and breathe really slowly. But when I'm doing them for the first time, or I'm doing them to get rid of stress or tension in my body, I usually use a heavier breath and a bit more forceful action, and on moves like that especially. Okay, so now we're going to do peekaboo. The single largest question is, why do we do it only on one side? The basic primary is fascia doesn't wrap evenly. There's 3 wraps of fascia that flows. It's not a coating or a tissue like that. Fascia is actually a gel-like substance that our bones and everything float in, but you have to be able to get it in that state to feel it. And some of you guys are already there and some of you are close to there. So the peekaboo is about torquing the head because one eye is always higher on the other. So we're going to take our right hand and we're put it over top of our left, our neck, back on the left trap. And I go down as far as I can on the trap and I pull the skin, and I'm pulling the skin this direction. And what I want to do, the most common mistake is people just leave it there. I want to turn this in and bring my elbow and my head together so that it's actually gripping in here. Okay, now we take our left hand, put it over top of the eye and the cheek. And what you're going to do is you're going to push and squeeze your hands and your elbows together and push your left hand back and pull your right one forward. Pull your chin to your chest. And then what I want you to do is to squat and look up to the left behind you and breathe in. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're twisting your head as you come on up. And this one here opens up a lot of the gateways between the shoulders and the neck and the head. Take a walk around. You don't want to sweat.
The slight chin to chest action made a big difference.
Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, these little things, especially as we get older and we have less mobility, the cueing becomes more important. The more mobile we are, the less that cueing is important. But that's super important. Bringing your chin to your chest, that's what's doing is creating that stretch in the head area initially. And so this is all locked up. So now when I move, this is locked up. Everything in here is actually moving, and this is actually stable. So it's separating the layers of fascia. Okay, does anybody have a really big change they want to report?
It opened up my sinuses.
Perfect. Yes. And the reason why most of our sinuses are out is because there's torsion on the face and it's pushing against literal. There's air, there's pockets in there. You press that side, air doesn't come in right. There's a simple little test you can do. If you put your finger on your nose and you blow 3 times really quickly, And if one side is more dominant, do it again. If you feel the air coming out one side more, that's a dominant side. Mine are equal today, but it changed. The right side is your parasympathetic or your rest and recover, and your left side is your sympathetic or your fight or flight. So if you're blowing more on the left side, that means your body is more in fight or flight. And these are little tests that you can do throughout the day. There's hundreds of them.
Another thing with peekaboo, guys, the left side of the face on most people is pulled forward. So like imagine two blocks, one's more forward than the other. So when you're using your hand, you're actually pushing that the left side backwards, that you're pushing that block back. Does that make sense? You wrap this around while pushing this one back. Okay. There's a lot of questions about that. So just, you're really squeezing your head and pulling it around.
And though fascia has many layers in the body, basically what we're working with the maneuvers is the two primary layers of 6 organs, 6 pathways, basically. And we're getting those 2 layers to move against each other like this or like this. And again, there's other maneuvers and other things that open up the rest for the lungs, like the hand maneuvers, there's face, there's thyroid, all kinds of other ones. And this is just a start. So the next one we're going to do is antler twist. Antler twist is really good because a lot of headaches or tension headaches are caused because of gallbladder meridian right here, which is also, if you get a lot of pain in there, you probably have a lot of digestive issues like upset stomach or gas or heartburn. And that's because of the gallbladder. So we're gonna resolve that now for people. Take your palm of your hand, put it backwards on the right side and right over the temple. And the left one, you're gonna put your palm and your hands forward. You push your hands in really tight, squeeze the head and torque and twist the skin up to the center. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and we're gonna do 3 breaths to each turn. So we're gonna breathe in, turn to the right, and then we're gonna breathe 3 times. Breathe in, 2, 3. Turn all the way to the left. Keep your hips front if you can.
Hips forward.
And breathe in, 2, 3. Come back to center. Okay, we're gonna look up, keep twisting and look up. Breathe in. Chin to chest, breathe in. Okay, squatting and head up to the right and breathe in. All the way to left, breathe in. And come on up. Now this one here is just good for neck and shoulders. For me, my shoulders feel like they move better, my hips feel looser, because the side of the top zone, like the head, if this is tight, then there's the tightness on the opposite side of the rib cage and around the lungs, and then opposite side of the hip. That's how the body works. So opening this up opens up a lot of pathways. Anybody notice anything in particular?
Back of the neck got lighter, less tension back here.
Yeah, perfect.
Space through here.
Yes, space through the head. That's a flow. That's a lot of information. That's feeding your ears and your eyes and all your sensory processing. As this gets tighter, our ability to see and perceive the world gets less. Okay, so we're gonna do the jaw now, and the jaw is directly connected, believe it or not, to the foot and how the toes work. If you have a tight jaw, you have tight toes. I take 3 fingers and I place them on my jaw, right in the center joint where it comes together, and take the left facing backwards, the left one facing forwards. Going to twist, and this time we're going to open and close our jaw 3 times in each rotation. So open and close 3 times, and it'll be uneven. That's normal. Turn your head to the right, keep your hips forward, open and close. Turn your head all the way to the left, all the way over, open and close 3 times. Come back to center, look up, open and close. And come into a squat and go up to the right and open and close. And up to the left. As you open and close, some of you may even feel it right down to your sacrum or your tailbone. Get up and move around a little bit. Now that one just feels good. For me, that literally makes my feet move better, easier to walk, more floppy. Did anybody else have that? Notice that in their feet? Yes. Okay, good.
Feels more sensitive on the feet.
Correct.
Soft.
Yeah, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. And these are all super important things. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the ears, and the catch-all for the ears are different ways, and you can't do it wrong. There's the pullover, which we do in the video, but the ones that we do in classes more, or we do daily. I do pullovers once a week, or when I do a class, like I'll stretch the ear like that. And the other one, really quick and more powerful, is we put the thumb in the ear and we rotate the skin inside, but I grab the ear like this. So I grab the top of the ear and I turn it. And I'm literally twisting it. It's gonna hurt, okay? And what we do is open and close our jaw. This is gonna create a lot of neck relief. So get through the pain in the ear. It'll be okay. So put your thumb in your ear, twist it forward, grab it with your fingers, grab the tip at the top of the ear, turning it forward and stretching it. Do the same on the other side. Now we're going to open and close 3 times and do that same left to right, so you won't be able to hear me. So just watch. Left hand in, torque, open and close. Turn to the right, open and close. Turn all the way to the left. Come back to center. I want you to look up, open and close. Chin to chest, squat, and look up to the right. And then all the way to left. And come on up. So this one here, it's the quickest way to emotionally balance myself. If I'm going to get into a fight or an argument, or I have a situation, that quickly resets my nervous system. And it also makes me see and perceive things brighter, clearer, and crisper. Does anybody else have a big change, something like that?
Yeah, everything is brighter. The neck is looser and my lower back opens up. This one's like magic with the ears.
Yes, it's magic. Okay, so we'll do one more for the ears. It's for the internal fascia around the top of the spine. This one is we're just going to rotate our thumbs or our fingers, and we're going to do the right one backwards. And the left one forwards. So go. Right one forward and rotating forward, and left one backwards.
Yeah, go in your ear like you're turning a key.
So in here and turn, and then we're just going to breathe and turn our head and move around however you want freely. Just move around and breathe. So rotate and breathe. And then that one just makes things peaceful. Move your neck around. I find a little bit more tension relief kind of on the inside of the neck, but it makes my life feel peaceful. So guys, one of the most important things about fascial maneuvers is we're unwinding the stress of life. And when we unwind the stress of life, then our body wants to do what we did when we were younger. So all we're doing is fascial maneuvers, a little bit of a different or performance breathing routine. And our bodies, for those of you guys who watch the videos, we don't do anything. We don't work out anything like at a gym. We don't diet specially. We've been doing the same things consistently for a year, with the exception of our 44-day fast. If you haven't heard about it, you go in and look at our 44-day fast and some of the things that we're doing. And we're going to be releasing all this information because what we've learned about the human body over the last year has changed the entire way that I think about how we care for our bodies, how we care for it emotionally, and how we interact. So super, super powerful, guys. Lots of stuff coming up. And if you're interested in learning more, we do have our Unlock Your Fascia, our first training program, which is starting this weekend. And there's still some spots left. And if you're interested in that, I just want to tell you about it, is that we thought it was a training program at first for practitioners, but it became a life transformation for people. Anybody here that's in the program, gone through it, want to just talk, just say a few words about how it's, what it's done for them? How about like Sydney?
Or Denise.
Or Denise?
Yeah, I'll go. So I did the workshop back in May. I don't know, a long while ago, but my healing journey has been highly accelerated by doing these maneuvers. It's really been the thing that connects everything else. I've spent a lot of time looking through endless modalities of every field, anything you could think of. Anything relating to the human body fascinates me. And so I've spent lots of time and research with that. But there was a long while when I was trying to find a specific certification to add to my toolbox, and nothing was really resonating, or things were resonating, but not all the way to go all in with it. But as soon as I had found that Human Garage was doing coaching workshops, I just knew in my body that it was where I needed to be, where I needed to go, what I needed to learn. And it has done nothing but great things. And it's been amazing teaching all this stuff.
And you're from a family of doctors and you're a healthcare professional and you work in movement and it changed your life. Anybody else who's in the, that's in the 28-day reset, who hasn't taken the program, that's had a big change and already started to notice something you want to share? If you do, we'd really appreciate it. And if you share online, it'd be great too. Go ahead, don't be shy.
I just started the other day, so it's not exactly, I'm not on schedule, but I have known about you guys for a while, and initially kicked up a lot of anxiety for me, but I'm sticking to it this time, and doing it with you guys today was very comfortable. So I think having the group format was key. I think doing it alone, I'm a therapist, so I want to be able to recommend this, but I also see the potential risks if somebody is alone. So I like that you guys are offering these in group settings.
Fantastic. And you're going to start to see a lot of our coaches offering in-person classes in their local locations. We're setting up our first community center here. We got the approval here a couple of days ago in Vancouver, where even our practitioners can bring people in and they can talk to them in a non-professional setting. For those of you who are practitioners, you know what I'm talking about. There's things you can't say and not say. So, and it helps with coaches doing online classes, and they'll be doing more that you'll see. And from those classes, if you're getting a benefit from them and you want to learn more, buy a coaching session with one of our coaches, buy it for 90 minutes, feel then you can get personal and you can ask specific questions. And because what we teach our coaches in our program is we teach them how fascia works from our point of view, how the body works, how it's built, and how the maneuvers were created. So they create them customized on the fly for specific things in your life, either physically or emotionally or perceptually. So great. And thank you for sharing that as a therapist. I really appreciate that. We're going to bring everybody together. This is the most powerful thing. And if you are a therapist or you work with people, the syncing tool, we do it before and after every interaction. Super powerful. So we're not taking people's energy into other clients. And this is the most powerful balancing tool. So right hand on the heart and left hand on the head. We're going to breathe in 6 times into the right hand, into the heart, 6 times into the head. And we're going to breathe in 6 times. We're going to circle the energy between us. So breathing in, starting with the heart, breathing in through your mouth, breathe in. 2, 3. Opening up your heart and letting go of all the stress you carry. 4, 5, 6. Now 6 breaths through the nose to the head. Breathe in. 2. Relieving all the thoughts that create worry. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now together, breathe in, both, breathe in, out, breathe in, out. Breathe in. Out. 3 more to bring it in together. Breathe in. Again. Again. And because there's so many people doing this, you're going to get a little bit of a euphoric feeling. The more people that do this together, the more that we sync our movement and breathing together, the more energy is transferred and balanced. So if the 3 of us are, let's say, out of our energy and our perception levels are like an 8 out of 10, and if one person comes into the room and they're a 2 out of 10, what happens is when we breathe together, the 3 of us, instead of us coming to a middle point, we bring them past the middle point and bring them up. It's super powerful. We use this for all performance work, all coaching work, teamwork, executive work, anything that we're doing. It's super powerful to do these things. The 28-day reset, we're going to be putting lots more content in there and descriptions and more of our life. And for you guys to understand that this 28-day reset is now our life. But it didn't happen overnight. It took us a year living here at this house together and going through all the stuff and the iterations of COVID and could we do retreats and not, to find this lifestyle. And it wasn't easy to do, but as we started crafting this lifestyle, what you see us do is what we do authentically every day. It's not what we do once in a while. That's our life. We work a little bit, and because we work and we live in the same place, we don't commute, so we take extra time. We walk, we go into nature, and moving in nature has been the best recovery tool for me, because I was doing the maneuvers all the way up until about 6 months ago. We weren't moving in nature. And as we started moving, whether it was hot or cold outside in nature, the effects of the maneuvers started to kick in and they started to multiply. So we strongly suggest that. And again, for those of you guys who watch this in the videos, there's a little bit extra weight on, especially myself, I'll say for me anyways, in those videos, and the weights come off and we're solid and look like we're working out. It looks like we go to a gym every day. All of us are getting younger and looking younger, and we see that in each and every one of you. Please, I would ask that you share. Don't be shy. If you share, other people will share more. There are so many good things. There's thousands of people all around the world receiving benefits, and we don't know about it, and you don't know about it until like 6 months or a year later. So please, even little wins that you have or things that you noticed, it just builds a community of people to do this. And we're going to be doing more resets and more programs. But if you're really interested in transforming your life, our Unlock Your Fascia is really personal life transformation, full life reset. And we'll finish with that. If you want to look at it, you can go to our website and take a look. And we'll have other programs to sign up for. Please also look for classes that are in the app. And just, if you got the time, show up. They're free. And again, if you want more personal help, please engage one of our coaches.
And we have some coaches with us today.
And we have coaches with us today. And the last part is on the helpline, there are medical doctors, nurses, there are coaches, there are performance experts, there are chiropractors that are all monitoring that. So when you ask a question, you can get real health information, and we'll give it to you in an unbiased format, ones that you wouldn't get from that same person if you went into their office. So please feel free to ask questions, okay?
Are there any questions right now?
Yeah, is there any questions we have right now? We'll open it up for a few minutes. Any questions, anything?
When the last one that we did, internal fascia, put in the fingers, I remember when we practicing, when I learned it from non-surgical video, facelift, I remember going right side forward. Oh no, was it the same way? I felt like it was
the lower eye goes backwards.
So front side, my right side can go forward.
Yeah, most people have a lower left eye.
Right.
So it goes backwards, right eye goes forward. So when we do these videos, we're counting for about 85 to 90% of people. But, okay. But if you want to get more specific, you can actually look at which eye is higher and lower, and then you can change it.
And one of our doctors, is chiropractor in the Netherlands, created a movement that opens up the jaw, the TMJ, and the neck. It's twisting and moving. We'll have that posted on the app. And for those of you who are in physical medicine, he's going to show a few things that he does as a chiropractor to keep people from coming back, gives them maneuvers. So we'll share some more of those things, little tips and tricks in the app over the next, let's say, over the next 3 months.
If I'm doing it the other way for a long time, is that a big problem? Or
No, not at all. So what we're just doing is we're getting the body, the fascial, the primary layers to move. Think about your spine as one layer. Think about the first layer of fascia and then the second layer wrapping around, kind of like a snail. And what we're doing is the body's supposed to move in these layers like this. And over time, because of stress and anxiety and grief, this first layer around the spine doesn't move as much. It stops moving. And the other layer starts moving extra. And then that gets tight. And that's when we cause restrictions from movement, like movement injuries. Like I'm walking and all of a sudden I pulled my calf. That shouldn't happen. So all we're doing is getting these layers open. And what you do with them open, your movement, your daily movement, the more you move around and climb stuff, the better your body's going to be.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I have a question. I think I saw you before, Gary, say that there's not a certain way that you need to like position your body to sleep if you're doing the right moves, because I've noticed that it's like really bad when I wake up in the morning. And like, so it's really, really important, no matter how late it is, like I need to do these moves before I go to bed, because it makes a huge difference. Because when I stopped doing it for a little while, I was just like so sore in the morning, especially that lower back and hips is always an issue.
Well, you're putting all the camera weight because you're in the film industry. You're putting the camera weight and you're holding it. So you're getting that extra load. So for you, it's because it's a work dependent thing. It's kind of like stretching before you go to the gym and work out. So a lot of people go to work and they do physical work and they don't think of it like, if I was going to the gym to pick up 50 pounds and move it around all day, I'd be stretching before I did it. So yeah, it's super important that you do that. And the other thing too, if doing the first 3 maneuvers, even quickly, even just like quickly through it, like 6 breaths, you don't have to, but doing that first thing in the morning, when we get up in the morning, our body's healing. So the organs are drawing power to cleanse. Those power lines are meridians and they pull. So when we get up in the morning, we're restricted. First thing we want to do is stretch. If we move against a tight body, we use our hormones to move, our sympathetic system. That means that we're already sympathetic. That means I go eat my breakfast and partially it's not digesting. So the idea of doing the maneuvers first thing in the morning, just to quickly, even just 6 breaths, other way, 6 breaths, down like this a little bit, 5 minutes. If you do that in the morning, you're unrestricted and you start your day without stress, because the second that cortisol, adrenaline, norepinephrine, or stress hormones hit your blood, it takes 4 to 6 hours to come out of your blood naturally. Well, if you do that maneuver, it's out of your blood within 15 to 30 minutes. And you can test it. You can actually do hormone tests if you want and you validate it. We don't want to test anymore. We already know it works. We just want to tell you the results. We're not here to prove it. We're here to show you how to integrate it with your life. And then right thing before you go to sleep, it takes the average person somewhere between 3 and 4 hours to drop into REM sleep. The reason why is because when we go to bed, we're moving and we're still sympathetic. Those hormones still have to come out of the blood before we drop into REM sleep. So doing the maneuvers right before bed puts us in REM sleep in 45 minutes or less sometimes. And that means that your potential for recovery is 3 to 4 hours greater than if you didn't do it. So, because REM sleep is what recovers you. The rest of it, you're not really recovering. You're sleeping, but you're not recovering really. So those are some real key tips. And that's why even at the worst case, no matter what my life is, I do those first 3 maneuvers first thing in the morning, last thing before I go to bed. And if I'm in a grocery store and I'm waiting in line, I just go like this and turn. No one asks. Or I do like swinger. I just pull like this. I would put a foot behind. I'll be standing in line. No one even looks. Like no one cares. I mean, they're fidgeting with their phones online. They don't even notice me.
Right.
Integrate with your life.
Because I haven't been doing camera work every day for like the past couple of years, but it's still when I do it sometimes, and it's just hard on your body. Because I was doing shows like with cops and EMS where I'm sitting in the car and turned filming them. So I think that's why my right hip comes up a lot when I go to the chiropractor to get in place. I've been twisted the wrong way for so long.
There's a couple of advanced hip moves that you do on the ground that will unlock your hip specifically for that. Are there anywhere in the app? Or they're just in the coaching?
Just in recordings. Yeah, it's super simple. I mean, without everyone doing it, I can just quickly show you.
There. It's super simple, but it's really effective. You take your right foot, put it over your left or the other way. You bring your knees up, you grab your ankles, you pull them in tight, you pull your head to the opposite knee, and you breathe.
And then you roll around a little bit afterwards and breathe. You switch your legs, do the other side. It will open up your hips like you've never opened up your hips before. It literally took things that we would correct from a chiropractic point of view that we'd be correcting over and over again for the lifetime of a client, and it would go away with one or two of those movements.
Wow. So just add that into the end of the fascia moves.
Yeah. Yeah, and part of it is this is why we like people to take the training program, because we want you to learn how to think about it, because you're all going to have unique situations where you do something like you do something over and over again, pull with one side, or you carry a tray as a waitress or a waiter. And how would you balance that off? Because you're exerting force on one side. How do you actually rebalance the body? So those are just ways that we want people to think about it, because these are just movements that loosen joints, but they loosen all of them. And some of you need one of them loosened rather than all of them. And that's where a customization comes in.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Good question.
With that, then I guess if there's no other questions immediately, we'll wrap up for today. We appreciate each and every.
I have a question, but I just have a comment. I was just going to say that this was really great. And it was so nice to do the maneuvers together again, because it's been a long time. And personally, I'm religious about the first three, but today the other ones, they were awesome and they kicked my ass and it was great.
Okay, fantastic.
Yay.
Yes, thanks. And guys, I remember lots of stress and lots of tough times with people. People are having, lots of anxiety and stress and fear. So it's time to do this more and encourage people. Just show them. Just say, try this out. Please share it. Please share it with people. We have yet to have somebody really ever once come and say it didn't work for them or it didn't change their life. The only thing was I felt pain here and we helped them work through it. But these are movements that are designed to help you integrate your life. We appreciate you for what you do and for sharing it. And you're going to see lots more coming up. We have a whole new change the way we're presenting this. You're just going to see a lot more classes, a lot more education, a lot more maneuvers in all the platforms that we have. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Great to meet all have you all here. It was awesome.
Love you guys. It was awesome.
Bye.
Hey,
Nice
Kareem.
meeting you.
Hey, Liliana. Hi, everybody. That was awesome.
It was really nice.
Yeah,
Really nice
yeah.
class.
Doing it again was
I
awesome.
really like the pace.
Yeah.
Face.
Yeah.
Bye,